guys, welcome back to Code It All, and today I have a React video planned for you guys. I know I've been avoiding frameworks for some time because as I wanted to mention again, is a young channel, and felt like covering a framework at the start might not be in my best interest. I just wanted to start small, just experiment with some of the vanilla JavaScript, CSS, and HTML projects. But I felt like I wanted to dive into React and all that right now, so this is what I wanted to do. Okay, so guys, like, share, and subscribe if you want to see more content just like this one. And look at my previous videos, like, subscribe, do all that, and come back right here. So the first thing you need to get installed is Node.js. So if you go to nodejs.org, you can either download the long-term support version or the current version. It really doesn't matter which one you have. I downloaded it some time back, and whoops. If I just go to my command prompt, I think it's cmd. I hope it's installed there. Command prompt, and I can do node #v now node-v to know my version of Node.js that I currently have. Mine is 14.5.0 because I downloaded a while ago, and I can also do npm version. It really doesn't matter because if you install node, npm automatically gets installed, but mine is 16.14.5. I can just close this up and get this thing out of the way. So now here I have the React.js website, and React is basically a front-end JavaScript framework. It basically operates using JavaScript. JavaScript is used to run the framework, and basically it's used to make single-page applications. And there's so much to React that you can use. And the cool thing about React is if you're building any large production applications, what you can do is you can split up the entire application into different components, so it's easier for you to build and easier for you to state your functionality and stuff. So you see, this is an example of a component. This is a class-based component. As of now, there are two components, which are class-based and function-based. So this is a class-based component. Basically, the name of the component is hello message, and then React is automatically imported here, and it just renders and then returns to you hello this.props.name. I'll be explaining props in a separate video, but this is what you want to know. So I want to generate a function component. So I'm just go type function hello message. Oh, is it like this? Hopefully it's like this. Oops, I think I forgot the parentheses. I forgot if there's parentheses or not. I think there's parentheses. Now what I'm supposed to do, whoops, did I just come on now here? I can tab actually over here. Ooh, that's nice. Okay, so what I'm gonna just do is return so I can just enter fragments, or I'll just say h1. So in the h1 hello and name, and I can extract name from the props here, and this works the same way. So these are function components and class components. I generally prefer function components as they're the future of React. Function components with hooks and all that. Now I'm gonna just not go through all of these. These are nice applications. To-do list application and stuff. This is pretty nice. I mean, React can do a whole lot. I was just telling you what are function components and class components, so I'm pretty sure I'll put it out in an entire video on it. So if you go to the documentation and getting started, okay. So try React. You can use online playgrounds, but I just prefer using it to a local editor. You can add React to an HTML page, but I don't prefer that because generally I'll have to create then React apps with boilerplate codes and all that. it feels much more comfortable to use. It feels like they've already given you a template to work on. Getting started, add React to a website, add a DOM container. You don't need all that. Okay, I'm just scroll all the way down. Create new React app. Okay. So what I generally do is and use npx create React app. So and then you can use npm start to create a development server for you. So what you can do is you run npx create React app, put the name of the application you want to inside the current folder you are in. So over here, I have a create React app already set up. So I just put a dot here because I want it installed in the current folder, which is React videos. So this is my thing, and I'm already in the master folder, so I can run npm start. It'll take a while for the development server to start. So meanwhile, I'm gonna just explain the file system here. So we can start with the public folder because we really don't need to touch the node modules. That's where all the dependencies and all that are stored. We don't really need to touch it. And okay, let's get back here. So in our public folder, we have a favicon. We really don't need that. These logos, the manifest.json, robots.txt. We can ignore all of that. All I want to explain is this index.html. You don't even have to touch this. I just want to explain what goes on here. I just want to, delete all these comments. They just get in the way of explanation and stuff. They just make it seem more complicated than it is. Oops. Yup. Delete that and delete this. Okay, so the only thing that we have here, we can ignore this entire head. We really don't need it. The only thing we have over here is the div with an ID of root. So that's the only thing we need to be bothered. So what our JavaScript is going to do, what our React code is going to do, is feed all of the elements into this root into this container, and then it's going to be broadcasted onto the thing. So this is our development server. This is what it looks like. Edit source app.js to save the reload. So basically just clear this. We really don't need to touch the public folder whenever we get started. And I just want to start by cleaning all of this up. Let me just go to my app CSS. This is all the CSS we have for our app. We also have an index.css, which basically has all the typography stuff. We have an app test. We don't need that, so we remove it. That's what I generally do in all of my projects. We definitely need our index.js. We don't need our logo. We don't need a service worker. We don't need a setup tests. I mean, we could remove any of these files. We can remove either index.css or app CSS. We really don't need both. I'm gonna just remove index.css right now. And obviously our React application crashes because if we check in our index.js, it imports the service worker, imports the index.css, which we really don't have. So I can remove this comment up here, and I can just remove this import as well as this import and save the index.js. It still doesn't work because our app.js here still imports some stuff. We can remove the svg import, and we can clear basically everything inside that div. Okay, and we can spit out here hello React. Okay, we can save that, and we see a hello React in the center of the page, nice and clean. And obviously we got some of the styles here. We really don't need that. I'm gonna just delete all of that. So you have your basic hello React. You have the most simple type of React project you can ever imagine set up right here. So I just want to explain quickly what the index.js and app.js do. So as I said, React works in components, okay? So if I have a component, suppose I have a component for a form, which handles all of the logic, all of the markup required for a form, and I can just feed that form component right here. We don't have it, but we can just feed it in like this if we had it. Okay, so this is a basic component application. Okay, so right now, what our index.js does, so our app.js is basically like the master component. It's where all the components that you've created are gonna be in. So this is our master component. So our index.js, what it does is it takes your app component and it feeds it to this element. So document.get element by ID. So an element with the ID of fruit. What is that? So if we look into our index HTML, this div has the ID of root. So what our index.js is doing is it's feeding the app component, which is the master component, into this root, into this div with the ID of root. So if you get what I'm saying, I'm just gonna try to put it as simple as possible. It's gonna take this app component, okay, which contains like all the things required in the app, and it puts it into this div. So basically it shows up on this page right here. So that's exactly what React is about. You can create components and stuff. I'm not going to be showing you that in the video, but as we go along, as I create more React content for you guys, everything will become clear in a jiffy. Like this. I don't know why I snapped. I just snapped for the sake of so this is basically my approach at first setting up my React project. I don't touch my public folder. I just wanted to explain it to you. I delete all these files and We'll get into many awesome stuff such as JSX, styled components, state, props, React hooks, the context API, React router, and so much more. We're going to be building awesome projects and all that with this. So please stay tuned and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and guys, have a great day.